Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of this new series that I'm doing here. We shall be reviewing, whiskeys, mezcals, rums, and other distillates that I run across. And so today I have a very special bottle here. So this is the 15-year Pappy van Winkle that goes on secondary. Retail, I believe, is maybe 150, something like that, something in that ballpark. But secondary, this thing goes for around $2,000 or more sometimes. Dollars, although I've seen it a couple of days ago for 1,800 here in a liquor store in Buffalo. This is, as I think people that might be watching this already know, this is a Buffalo Trace product. In the last video, I shared my thoughts about the 2023 George T. Stagg. That's also Buffalo Trace. This is their wheated mash bill, meaning that there's a significant percentage of wheat in the recipe of the whiskey, of the bourbon, right? This is still a bourbon, so. And I can't open the bottle. Wow. Let's see. All right. And again, like this I did not pay secondary for this one. I mean, I did pay secondary. I did not pay like $2,000 for the bottle. I paid $400 last in January when they came out here in Buffalo. Last time I didn't really say how much I paid for the George T. Stagg and the Russell's 15, so I should maybe say that. I paid $550 for the Russell's 15 and $1,000 for the George T. Stagg. Yeah, I was very, very eager to try the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. So let's see. I mean, the consensus, I think, is that this thing doesn't really live up to the hype, right? It's not really worth $2,000. So we'll see. We'll see what I think. Like, is it worth at least $400, which is what I paid for it? Hopefully, yes. We'll see. So let's see on the nose what we get. Oh, wow. Getting like some bright fruits over here, some like peaches, like ripe peach, some orange maybe. But a very interesting, like, yeah, it's really it's really like bright, fruity, very vivid, right? Like it really like is like jumping out at me, the nose. Yeah. You can tell that it's a wheated bourbon from the nose because it's sweeter, right? It's significantly sweeter than what you would regularly come across. Tangy as well. Has a like. I don't like when people say that something is funky but that's what I'm getting. It's something like weird, something a little um, like citrusy. What did I say? I said, so ripe peach, orange. I said fruity, right? So when I mean, of course, this is redundant, right? But when I what I'm going for when I say fruity here, instead of like specifying like individual fruits, is that it's like a fruit salad, right? Like you can't really tell like what you're really smelling here, because it is sort of confusing. Yeah, tangy. I said tangy, right? And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like something a little sour over here, a sour note, sweet and sour. But very, very, very interesting nose. I'll give it. I mean, I think this is a better nose than. So I gave the Russells an 80, George D. Stagg a 90. I'm gonna give this a 95 on the nose. Nose is a 95. Let's go check it out on the palate. Oh yeah. Wow. So this thing is 107 proof, and that's 53.5 ABV. It does drink hotter, right? Like it does. It's spicy. It's hot, right? That's like right off the bat. That's what I'm getting. It's spot hot and spicy, or hot or spicy, I guess. It's not. Let's try to reduce redundancy over here. It's hot, and then you do get. It's very, very vivid. Like again, like the nose, it's really like prominent. It's like it has a really, really prominent flavor, right? It's not muted at all, right? Like which you might expect since the proof isn't super high. So it's hot, but also like the flavor is like fully there. It's bold. The transition from the nose to the palate is a little disappointing, because it is like the complexity that I was getting, the like, again, as I said, like fruit salad sort of vibe that I was getting on the nose is not really there, I think, on the palate. Yeah, it transitions into something a lot less fruity, and it's more like oak driven. uh, I was gonna say caramel vanilla, but it's more like, again, the it's more leaning towards the vanilla, right? Like caramel vanilla, cherry, right? Traditional bourbon flavors, notes, but it's more, I think, leaning towards the vanilla and the oak. That's what I'm getting the most. Not super thrilled about the palate, to be honest with you. Is it worth $400? No, I can tell you right now, it's not worth $400. The nose, though, I mean, if the nose did like translate to the palate, maybe. It's not, though. It's not. That's not at all. It does not deliver on what it promises, I think. or its promise is something completely different from what I'm getting over here. Yeah, and it's even a little astringent. The oak is, well, the 15 again is generally seen by by most reviewers. I know that Matt, like ADHD Whiskey, um, says that he does prefer the 20 and the 23. And the consensus again, like I think, is that this is you get like just enough oak. It's not over oaked. It's the right amount, but it might be, honestly, it might be too much for me. Even though, like again, I don't know. No, but again, like I was thinking about the Knob Creek 18, which I have, and I have something else that I have the Calumet 16. So those are like older, but this is more, I think, more astringent, and like I'm getting more of the tannins from the oak over here, I think. Like, and let's, so on the palate, let's just try it again and score it on the palate. It's also not super viscous. And it doesn't do like crazy things on the palate. Like it doesn't go anywhere. Like I can feel it maybe just coating the palate, right? So the roof of the mouth, right? But not really, the rest of the mouth is not really getting any flavor, if that makes any sense, right? Like I'm not picking up any flavors like anywhere else in my mouth, right? Other than like the roof of the mouth and the back of the mouth. So I don't know. On the palate, like again, I gave the George D. Stagg last time a 77 on the palate and a 90 to the Russell's 15. I'm gonna give it a 70, and that might be honestly too high. I'm gonna give it a 70 on the palate. So, like again, immediately what you can gather from this is that it's not worth the money. I mean, I'm glad I got to, like, going back, I would have maybe like would have preferred to have gotten a pour at a bar, but you don't see it for less than, I don't know, $200 or 150. That's at least like the bars that I've seen it at. I mean, it's always very expensive. So, I mean, at that point, if you're paying $200 for a pour, you might as well get a bottle, right? Like if I got it for 200, I don't know. So, but yeah, I would have preferred to just have had a sample, because I don't know if I'm gonna like, get my money's worth from this bottle. The other two, for sure. Like I don't regret like spending the, at least the Russells, the $500 on the Russells, the 100 on the George T. Stagg, like I'm sorry, the 1,000 on the George T. Stagg. I'm gonna actually make a video, maybe tomorrow or sometime soon. I'm gonna make a video comparing it to the Stagg Junior, which in my mind is better than the George T. Stagg. I mean, that sounds like stupid, I know, And so that is probably not the case, but I want to double check, right? So I'll make a video comparing those two bottles. And of course, the Stag Junior is significantly cheaper than the George Stag. I got it from 150 last year. So anyway, let's score this on the finish. Right, let's score the finish of the Pappy van Winkle 15-year. No, it's again like astringent. I would like, and I should do like a flight in which I set this up against the like old whiskeys that I have, the Knob Creek, the Calumet, and I might have something else that's just slipping my mind. But no, I would take those two any day over this. The finish is okay, really. There's nothing spectacular about it. There's some lingering oak and some lingering like spice, or it's spicy. I can still feel it in the back of my throat, right? The dominant flavors though, what's still there, again, it's the vanilla and oak, right? There's nothing really like new like popping out. So I don't know, again, like I gave the other two last time 80, the George Stag, 85, the Russell's 15, and those I felt were, it had a nice finish. So I'm gonna give this like a subpar, rating over here. I'm gonna give it a 60 on the finish. All right, and then let's see how much it gets in total.